Hey everybody, welcome to today's episode of the Daily D. Now, today's episode, we're going to talk about the word faith. Now, when we think faith, what do we think? We think religion, we think going to church, we think about people who pray a lot. Well, this is really directly tied with religion, but it's not necessarily religious. Now, what do I mean? So, faith is a belief in something that is possible, or that you may think is impossible that now is possible. When you believe in something that you can make it possible, that you believe in it so much that it can be possible, that's called faith. You know, there are a lot of things in life that we can't explain, right? For an example, somebody who loses a limb, but and decides to come back and get a prosthetic limb and starts walking again and starts playing sports again and becomes a competitive athlete and goes to the Olympics, right? Something that nobody would ever thought would have happened, or somebody who's overcome cancer, or somebody who has achieved something that nobody would have ever believed would have been possible. These are all demonstrations, if you will, of faith. And what that really means is somebody believed that it was possible, and so they made it happen. Now, it is very hard for me to explain this without giving you some steps to creating faith in your life. And hopefully, if you use these steps, you'll be able to understand that it is possible for you to have anything that you want, to do anything, to have anything, to become anything. There's no impossibility, if you will, obviously within reason. You can't fly, right? I can't tell you get faith and go fly, but I definitely know you could be a pilot, or you could own a plane, or you could go parasailing, or you could overcome your fear of heights. You see, these are things that you can have faith in. So let's give you some examples of things, or some steps really to create faith. In order for you to have faith, you must be certain of what you want. So first thing you must know is you have to be certain about what you want. And the way you do that is first by visualizing what you want. For an example, if you wanted if somebody says, I don't believe I could ever own a house, well, visualize that. Visualize the house itself, and you living in it, and the furniture, and the smell, and the atmosphere in the backyard, and the family gatherings, and all the things that come with a home. If you visualize it, you feel it, you see it, it happens. And so if you can visualize it, that's the first step. So once you visualize something, now you need to commit to it. Now what I mean by commit is you've got to write it down. So first visualize, then you've got to write it down. So the way you do that is literally just get a notebook and write on it and say, hey, I see myself in possession of a home that is furnished with some of the most beautiful furniture, where I will entertain guests and my family alike, where family will come together over holidays, over meals. You see how that becomes visual? We'll have hardwood floors and deep, deep, deep carpets, and lighting that lights up the sky at night. You see, these are the things that you can visualize. Once you write them down, it becomes powerful. It becomes pulling of you. Now, once you've visualized it, you've written it down, the third step is now to repeat it. Now, what do I mean by repeat it? Once you write it down, you have to repeat it daily. You have to remind yourself, because your mind will literally, it will go on its own. It'll do whatever it wants. It's not structured unless you structure it. You can't expect your mind just to remember everything. You have to discipline it to remember everything, right? If you don't use it, you lose it. So you have to use your mind and repeat this daily. So these are the three steps. First, you have to visualize it. Then you have to write it down. Then you have to repeat it. Once you repeat it and repeat it and repeat it. Now, I encourage you not only to repeat it through writing, but also, literally write it again and again and again and again, but also repeat it out loud. I see myself in my home with my family, beautiful furniture, great lighting, hardwood floors, beautiful deep carpets. The colors are blue and red, and whatever you want, right? You just, come on, name it all out. You see it, you see it, you see it, and it happens. And then here's what I'll give you really quick that really ties this well really together, and it means a lot, because if you have the ability to have faith in something, what that really means is that you have given away all other conditions and said, this is something I am going to have. You see, people with faith, they don't let anything waver their decision to get what it is they want. They believe in it. Just like a child believes in getting the candy bar at the store. They don't waver. They don't take no. They don't give any distractions. They don't listen to anyone's opinion. They follow with faith, full faith that it will come to them, that they will receive whatever it is that they want, the object of their desire, their burning desire. They will go get it. See, I remember having faith, knowing that one day I would have a relationship with Liberty Tax. More so with freedom, right? So I was going to have a relationship with Liberty Tax and freedom one day, and that day's coming soon here. And I share that with you because I had faith. I believed in it. I pushed it, and I pushed it. And I want you to know something. Sometimes faith, it's going to be tested. I mean, I've literally gone 6 years pushing for this, 6 years pushing for this, 6 years pushing for this. You may not get what you want right away. And that's going to be the reason you must repeat this daily. It's the reason that you must write it down. It's the reason you must visualize it. It's the reason you must give away all conditions and just follow through with faith. Faith is the starting point for all achievement. It's the reason that anyone who has massive levels of success, that gets the things that they want in life, it's the reason that they have it, because they had faith that it was possible to go to the Olympics, to be a billionaire, to start a company, to be a great parent, to become a teacher, to go to school, to get a degree. All of these started with faith, a belief, a deep-seated belief that it is possible. Here's the last example. Imagine, raising a child, right? Everybody probably will go through that process in their life at least one point or another, hopefully. God willing. If not, you can adopt, you can do something. Here we go. That's possibilities, right? So imagine telling a child they're going to be a doctor from the day that they're born. You're going to be a doctor. 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 I could say going to be, but I like gonna be because it sounds good. You're going to be a doctor, and saying that from the day that they're born, every day, you're going to be a doctor. And then what do you think that child starts believing? I'm going to be a doctor. 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 And by the time you know it, 18 years old, when they make that decision to go to college, what do you think they're going to be? They're going to be a doctor. Why? It's a deep-seated belief. It's faith. It was positioned. It was repeated. It was visualized. And it was seated in their mind. And it will happen. If you say something over and over and over and over and over and over and over again, it will come true. That's faith that it will come true. You can use faith negatively too. I will be single the rest of my life. I will never own a home. I will never own a home. I will always live in an apartment. These are part of the faith formula, writing it down and repeating it. Some people don't need to write it down, they just repeat it. They just repeat it. I'll never find the right guy. 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 I'll never find the... You see how that just becomes someone's reality? Faith is saying whatever you want that's within reason is possible. I hope you find faith in the things that you want in life. Happiness, success, freedom, love, great health, compassion. These are things that you should have faith in. I hope the first episode for you for the Daily D, if this is your first or your 100th or 1,000, I hope this helps you today in your life. I wish you nothing but success today.